Yeah, let's start. Yeah, yesterday, what is the last topic that we have discussed? What is the last topic, guys? Import statement. Okay, so import statement is over. We'll go for static imports, right? Yeah, import statement means without static. If import means that is for the non-static methods we want to call, then we will use of normal import statement. Okay, or list, vector, hash map, any predefined classes. Okay, any predefined classes which is part of Java package, if we want to import, we can use of normal import statement. Okay, now let's say for suppose you want to call off some static methods in some class. Let's say we'll take up some example. Okay, so I have created one class, right? So public class addition, I have created one. If it is a static is not there, mean it is a non-static method, right or not? So if static keyword is added to this, okay, to the method, then this method is static method. To call the static method, we no need to create a object for the class. Okay, one second. Yeah, we know to create a object for the class. So then how to import that static key methods means then there is a import class static, import static. Okay, import static. Okay, let's say remove off this one, remove off this also. Now if I am removing this one, okay, let's assume it is giving off some error, right? So I'm return, I'm calling one method. This is my own class, right? Addition class static add method. I'm calling add method in the other class directly without creating any object. Or else let's say for suppose if it is a non-static method, just assume, then what we need to do, we need to first we need to create of addition a equal to new addition. Second, new addition, right? So through this object, what is a? A is object. This a is small a is object of addition class, right? So if I want to call non-static method of addition class, then by using this a object, I can call this a dot add of 10 comma 20, right? Now let's run it. This is of non-static way. If I want to call of static method, okay, static method, now add static, okay, add static, through object also we can access, okay, but that is unnecessary. Through object also we can call the static method, but that is not required. Actually no need to create object to call the static methods. So I am removing this one, okay, and remove of this object a also, but it is giving now error, right? Now to resolve this issue, we need to import the class, right? Normally how to do import? Import, okay, our package is this is the package, right? Let's add it, dot addition, dot, normally we'll use of this one if I want to use the for non-static methods, right? For the static methods, is it resolving the issue? Not. Still it is, after importing that addition class also, still it is not resolved issue, right? Now what we need to do? We need to add static here. Import static dot star, dot star. Then the issue got resolved. So whatever the static members and static methods of the addition class will be directly imported to this class now. Okay, compulsory we need to use of static imports. Okay, is it clear now? Now let's go to document. Yeah, this is the example which we have taken. Okay, our for our own class. This is addition is our own class, and this method is also our own. If any existing class, any predefined class is available with static methods, if any predefined class with static methods is there, then for that, now control Z all will get. So we got of, there are some, I want to identify of square root of 4. There is some predefined class which contains square root static method. Square root static method. That class is math class. Even directly, if you are adding here, sorry, even directly we can add this math class directly, or we need to add this math class in the static import. In the static import. Okay. Now let's say import static. Okay. Java dot lang dot math class. Math dot there are multiple methods is available. So I'll keep up star. Okay. Now, okay. Now this time all errors are gone. If I am commenting this line, see all errors are coming, right? If you are adding to the class to the method, then no error, right? So for all the classes we need to, for all the methods we need to add the math class. That is duplicate, right? Instead of that, I am adding static import in the top of the class. Okay, just add import static java.lang dot math star. All methods under that will be, you can go and see public static double square root of double math, right? Now, is it clear, guys? The people who are in online? Now, this is without, now the document which I am showing, this is without static import, directly the class I am adding in the method before, right? Class dot method name. Or else if you want to use of static import means, then directly we can use static import, import static of math dot max, math dot random, math dot square root. If you want to use of multiple, then in the single line you can keep star. Okay, that's what this. Now next, every time we are writing of system.out.println, system.out.println, right or not? Right? What exactly it is? We'll understood that. Now just now we are static imports all those. In the same way, we will apply for system.out.println also. This statement also we will understood bit more. Okay? How exactly it is going to print the data. Okay? Now let's see. Now system is the one of the class. Now inside math, this is one of the class, right? Final class, some class. Okay. Inside this we have some variables. Static variables is there, right? Static variables. Like this, there are multiple variable static methods. There are many things is there. In the same way, system is the one of the class which is available in Java data lang package. System is a one of the class like math class. Okay. Now inside this out is the one of the static variable like static method. Like static method, out is the one of the static variable. To call static variables or static method, we no need of object. That is the reason directly I am calling system dot out. Okay. Out is of type is print stream class. Normally, let's say if one static variable is there, static int a equal to 100, just assume. Okay. How can I access this 100 variable? It is a static variable, right? Now here what I can do directly, system dot out dot print. Yes, so one is in the lobby. 1 second. Yeah. Now addition is the class. Add addition. Okay. Now add dot a, right? Static variable, no need of object. It is giving of, it is giving value, right? 100, right? So what is of a type? Yes, exactly. What is the a type is integer, right? Now, in the same way, in the system class, out is a static variable of type print stream. It is a different class. It is a different class. That class contains println method. This class contains println method. Now let's see of see println of for all the for println method empty. Println of boolean. Println of character for all the types. There is some println methods. Okay. If you are adding up, let's say system.out.println of addition of add of int. It is taking off one integer variable. It will call of println method of int method. See, it is calling of int method, right? Now let's say for suppose if I am changing, if I am changing of here where yeah, if I am changing here float of float type, then there is a println method inside print stream class. There is one method called for println of float variable for float. Okay, there is one method which takes off float variable. See, before it is int there the parameter. Now this time based on the value which we are passing inside this automatically that method will call internally. Compiler can understood that JVM. Okay, is it clear? Now out is of type print stream. Out is of type print stream. Inside the print stream class, this is object of print stream class, the meaning, right? This is out is the object of print stream class, that is the static variable inside system class, right? Now we have print stream class object is there, so by using that object I can call any method that is present in print stream class, correct or not, right? Now that is what system. Now let's say without system also now it will execute. Now without system also it will execute. Now let's remove this. So static out is the static variable, right? So here directly before it is using, it is not giving error, right? Inside the math class there is square root of static method, right? Now I want to add of import static of java dot lang dot system or dot lang dot system. Inside system class we have method, we have static variable that is out. Static variable, see, now this time error is gone. Now let's see, it will give off same output, giving or not. So now by this time you should understood what is system.out.println. System is a class present in java.lang package. Out is the static variable present in system class which is of type print stream. Yes, inside the print stream class we have a method called println method. Okay. Now yes, I'm giving up. This is the examples I have given. Class test static variable string. Yes. Okay. Now now so this is of one class, right? Now let's take off one more example. Class class just test one, just public stat. Yeah, now I have created one class. Okay, inside this I have variable string s equal to ibc. Okay, of type static variable. I want to know the length of the string yes. So what is the, there is a method called length method. Okay, there is a method called inside the string class. Before it is of int type, right? Now this is of s is of type string class. Inside the string class there are a lot of methods. Like in the system class we have out is a print stream, right? Inside this we have a lot of methods is there. In the same way we can call off to identify the length of the string. I'm giving one more example, guys. Okay, to identify the length of the string there is a method in the string class, length method. Now how to call that method means main method test one or else system dot out dot println of test1 dot s dot length. Okay, test is a class. Inside s is a static variable. Inside static variable, through that I can call off length method to identify that. Okay. Okay, it is giving off length 3. IBC length is 3. Okay. Now next, this word I have given theory. You can read it. Okay. Now if you want, let me read it. System is a class present in java.lang package. Out is a static variable present in system class of type print stream. Okay. And println is a method present in print stream class. Okay. Same whatever I am explaining the words, it will be there. You can read it. Okay. And out is a static variable present in system class, hence we can access by using class name. Okay, but whenever we are writing static import, it is not required to use class name also. If you are using static import, no need to use of class also. Directly we can access the static variables. Now there is some priority is also there. There is some priority. Okay, how to know the priority? Now let's see. I'm writing off. There is one variable static. I'm giving simply this class, or else let me no need of all these things. Take of one variable. Now we have of now I want to import of there is a one class integer. Okay, there is one class integer. Import issue. Import java dot lang dot integer. Java dot lang dot. Sorry. Okay, integer dot, yeah. There. Integer, yeah. Integer dot star. Okay. Now I want to use of max. See, automatically it will come off some max value. Max. There is one variable called max value. Directly we can use of max value. Control Z. It is of static, right? It is of static. Sorry. I will remove. Control X. Q star. Give off this one. Now let's print it. What it will print? What is of type this one? There is a, it is of static variable under integer class. There is one class called integer. Under that there is one variable called max value of type int. Right? So now let's run it. What it will do? It will give off what is the max value of integer? 21 something, 21, 47, 48, 36, 47. Let's say if I'm giving byte. I'm giving byte. What is the max value of byte? 127. 127. Now let's see. It is giving up 127. Right? So let's say for suppose if I'm giving both, if I'm giving both integer. Okay. Now this time we need to give max value. Okay. Out of this, for which one it is giving priority. Now it is not the first one. So it is saying of we are giving max value in the class itself, in the top, in the import. So first priority it will give to the already the explicitly we have mentioned for the integer max value I want. I'm giving explicitly integer dot max value in the static import. Right? It will give first priority to the explicit declaration of explicit static import. Now let's see. It is giving of integer one. Why it is giving integer? In the static import I am giving explicitly I want max value of static import of integer. Okay, I consider, please consider static value of max value of integer class, because I explicitly mentioned that one. right? If this is not there, if this is not there, then it will go for a star. Then it will go for a other one. Okay. Let's say for example, if I have static max underscore value equal to 1000 is a value small. Yeah. Now see, now whenever we are giving a first priority, it will give in the current class priority. In the current class, do we have any static max value variable is available in the class? If it is there, then first priority it will give to the class within the class. Now let's go to the document. Okay. See, this is if I have given one example. First, while resolving the static members, okay, compiler will follow the considering the priority in the following order. First priority it will check in the current class static members. Current class, do you have in the current class, is there any static max value variable available? Yes. Then if it is there, then first priority will go to the current class. It is giving 1000, right? Even though I'm giving here max value, it is not considering that priority it is giving to the current class. Okay, if that variable is there. Now let's say second part, explicit static import. Let's say if this is not there, if I'm commented this, then see automatically the warning of this one is see control. Yeah, I have commented this one. Then it is going to the explicit static import. To whichever the import I am giving explicitly the max value, that one will it will consider. Okay. If that is also not there, okay, then it will go to the byte class, byte dot star. Okay, that's what the order it will consider it. Okay, if two is having, if two are having star means, then it will be in the ambiguity state. Ambiguity means confusion. The compiler will be in confusion. So which one both having max value? So I should consider of either byte class max value or int class max value. It is in not in, it is in dynamo. That time ambiguity state will arise. Okay. To resolve that, we need to give explicit static variable, or we need to remove unused one. One of that. Whichever you want, you need to keep that. Okay. That is what the static imports related to that. See, I have given example also. You can see that. Okay. If this case, it will give off 127. Okay. If I am both are enabled, and if I am giving off max value here, it is giving off integer value, max value. Okay. If I am enabling this also, then it will give off first priority. It will give within the current class. Okay. That's it, guys, for the static imports. Okay. Is it clear, guys? The people who are in online? Yeah, good. Next, next part is package. Next part is what is package? Okay. Normally, general words. What is mean by package, guys? It is a combining into one unit, combining them into one place, right? So, in case of Java, in case of Java, so related to some operation. If you want to related to some operation, if you want to do something, let's say it is an encapsulation or grouping of related classes into single unit. Related, let's say we are doing of some addition program, okay, or some calculation. Calculation related, we need some numbers or some addition, some subtracting class, multiple class, divide class. If you are writing multiple classes under one package, you can write it. So easily, if you want to do of any calculation under that package, you can go and then you can select off one of the class, right? So in the same way, in the Java people also, they have divided all the classes into some packages. Okay, if you want to do of some collection related classes, all will be in some util package. If it is a IO operation you are doing, input output operation you are doing, then there is separate package called IO package. Okay, if you are doing some date related operations, then inside that date util dot date there is there. Okay, inside under util class, under util package, there are multiple classes. Okay, so we can use of that. Like that, they are dividing the based on the requirement. Okay, they are dividing and group into one package all the classes. Now let's say we'll go and see if see. So this is of predefined class. This is of predefined class which Java people given. Okay, see inside this there are lakhs of classes is there. Okay, so inside that you can see java.lang page package contains there are some hundreds of classes, right or not? So if there is one more package, IO package. So if you want to do of any IO operation, reading a file and you are writing some data into some file, then those operations they are keeping all the related to that class IO package related. They kept inside IO package. Okay, so then in that case, we want any, if let's say your requirement is you want to read some data from some folder, then in that case, you can use of this package under this. Okay, let's say for example, all 1 lakh classes is there in the single package, then it is very difficult to identify our required class. Okay, then if it is IO operation means directly you can go to the IO package and then you can choose your required classes out of hundreds only, not from lakhs, right or not? It is the best way to manage the classes, the packages. Okay, now let's go and read it. So it is the encapsulation mechanism to group related classes and interfaces, related classes and interfaces into a single unit, which is nothing but package. Which is nothing but a package. Now let's say examples I'm taking. All classes and interfaces which are required for the database. Okay, your requirement is you want to get some data from database. So all the classes related to the database interaction they kept in one package called java.sql package, structured query language. Okay, SQL means so they kept inside java.sql package. If you want to relate it all the collection related classes, okay, then they have given one package called java.util package. Okay, now go and see whether that util package is there or not. Java.util. See, there is a package called java.util. Under this, there are many classes is there. Okay. Let's say, for example, your requirement is you want to group, you want to collect some 10,000 statements into one place you want to store. Then instead of creating 10,000 variables, you can all add into one object that is called either list or object or set. Okay, so list, set, vector, there are multiple collection classes is there. All those classes they added, okay, predefined classes, they added in one package called util package. Okay, now in the same way there are many packages like this. So each one has their own purpose. Okay, util is one purpose, SQL is, see, SQL is also there. If you want to interact of any, see, database, all these classes are related to database interaction. Okay, we need to use these classes. If you want to interact with any database, we need to use of one of the classes, we need to use it. Okay, now go to document. So the main advantage of packages, why do we need to maintain the packages? What is the use means to resolve the naming conflicts? Let's say I have single class, one class is there that is there in multiple places. Okay, so if I'm writing in, if you are writing only one package, it under that package it will not allow duplicate classes. Okay, you are writing one package, that is your own purpose, you are writing one class, but even for me also the same class is required. Okay, but your functionality is not suitable for me, I'll create my own class with my own functionality. Okay, now, to resolve the naming conflicts and unique identification of components, okay, it improves the modularity. Module is dividing into or all programs into module, IO module, util module, okay, like lang module, like that. We are dividing all our programming programs into multiple modules. So easily we can identify our required class. Okay, our class can be easily identified. Okay, now it improves the maintainability also. Maintainability means easily searching and modifications. Okay, easily we can maintain. Let's say I have written 10,000 class in single package. I went out of my company. Just assume someone will join the company. They will verify all the classes, right? So it is very difficult to them to identify which class is for which functionality. If I'm dividing into all the classes into registration, okay, like that, if you are dividing, if any registration class exception is coming, then directly you can go to under registration package and then you can verify the classes easily, right? So in that way, it improves the maintainability. Okay. Now there is one universal acceptance naming conventions. The package name is there, right? We will give off the package name. There is some universal naming convention. All companies how it will follow the giving of package name. Like it first it will give off. First, let's say you are working in IBC. You are working just a IBC techno, right? So it will follow of com dot first com ibctechno.com. Okay, let's say capgemini.com. Okay, like that, end will come as end will give as a domain. So it will start with the domain name in the reverse order. Capgemini.com, com dot capgemini dot it will give. Okay, if you are working in TCS, com dot TCS dot registration. Okay, like that it will come from domain name. Okay, clear guys, how to give the package name. Okay, let's say if you are working in the Citibank, com dot Citibank dot under loan you are working, loan dot under loans, corporate loan, housing loans, under that housing loans, under that accounts. Okay, we can give off any lower levels, any number of levels, we can give it. Okay, is it clear guys, why do we need packages, right? Now next. Okay, whenever we are writing the package statement, we need to follow something again. So the first statement in the code, first statement in the class, must and should be package statement. If you are writing package statement, compulsory that would be in the first line only, first statement in the class. Okay, if you are writing before that, let's say my import class is there. Okay, I can't add before the package, I can't add before the class. It will not accept it. The first statement must should be, if it is there, package only. If it is there. Okay. Now control Z. Before the package, none of the statement will accept apart from comments. There is some comments. Okay. If you want, why we are writing this class, we can give some comments normally. Let's say I am written some addition class, right? So why I am returning this class means we can give off this class is used for arithmetic operations, like that. By seeing this comment, before once people are seeing this class, by seeing this comment, yes, this class is used for doing of arithmetic operations. Okay, we can give apart from the comments. Okay, apart from comments, before package we can't write anything else. Okay, it will give error. The first statement must and should be package only. Okay, this is not the code, this is a comment. Okay, this is not the code, just we are giving some comment. Why do we need of this class, what is the purpose of functionality of this class. Okay, now, and that too, the package statement must be only one. The package statement must be only one. We can't give off multiple package statement lines, multiple package statement lines, that is not possible, it will give off error. Okay, now, let's say in any Java source file, there can be at most one package statement. More than one package statement means it is not allowed. We'll get off error. Okay. Now, that's what I have given here, compilation error. Next, and before the package name, if you are adding import statement also, the compulsory, the first statement should be, compulsory, the first statement should be package statement only. If non-comment, first statement is non-comment statement should not be, it will not accept it apart from comment, we can't add of any other statement before package. Okay. So if any Java program, the first non-comment statement, first non-comment. So comment is there means fine. If other than comment is there means that should be the package statement only. The meaning of this. The first non-comment statement should be package statement. Okay. Otherwise, you'll get off error. Okay. That's what this one example. Now, what is the valid source file structures? Valid source file structures. Let's say I have one class is there. So without anything also controls, nothing is there. Okay. This is also valid class. Nothing is also just I have created class, but there is nothing. I have not written any code. It is a valid one. Let's say if I am giving off a package. Okay. If I am giving off a package. Data. This is our package. You can give off com dot techno dot ibc dot arrays dot arrays not arrays, right? Arrays only. Yeah, arrays dot arrays only, right? If it is not there, it's not that access. This one. See, first statement is we can give up only package statement also, no issue. This is also a valid class. Now next with one import statement, with one import statement, java dot lang dot star. With only one package name, one import statement also we can give. This is also valid class. Okay. If you want, we can add only class addition. Addition. Even we can give only package, only import, or one package, one import, one class. Anything we can give. All are valid scenarios. Now let's see. Package only one line, package statement. Only import statement. But we can give of any number of. Okay, any number. Okay, and we can give off classes and interface and enums. We can give any number. So I have one class. This is one. I can create of one more class. A. I can create of one more class. Any number of classes we can give. Any number of classes, no issue. These are all valid source file structures. Now, now, see, an empty source file is a valid Java program. Hence, in the following valid source files, test.java, empty source file, no code. Already we have discussed it. Program contains one line package, only package. Program contain one line package and class. No imports. I don't want any imports and one package, one class. Okay. Now, program contains only class. But if you are using a package under package, you are writing, right? Compulsory we need a package. If not there means, then we need to write without package. In the outside of directly we should write under SRC. Then in that case, no package. Okay. If you are writing the package means compulsory, under that only we need to add a package statement. If you don't want a package statement, then we need to write under source file SRC. Now let's go and add one class. See, it will go to default. Now, yeah. Now let's see under addition, under SRC, the addition class is there. For this class, we don't have any package statement, right? So if you don't want a package statement means then that class should be under SRC only. If you want package, then under that specific package we need to add it. Okay, that's what the meaning of that. Next, up to this, the source file structure is done. Now, now let's go to class level modifiers. Class level modifiers. So now, what a class can contains. Okay, up to class level. Okay, class is one keyword. Like before that, we can keep up public. Like that, there are some keywords is there, modifiers. If you are giving public, we can access anywhere. Yesterday we have discussed it. If the class is not having public, if the class does not have public means only within the package we can access it. If the class is contains public, anywhere we can access it. Yesterday we have seen that. Now if you want, I will add off. Let's say this is one class, right? Test class. This is one test class. Now test class, it is prefixed with public. Class test, it is prefixed with public, right? If I am removing of the class public, if I am removing of class public, then let's trying to use of it is in declaration and access modifier package. Okay. Now if I am using of this test1 class in some other class, okay, in some other class, let's say main method test t equal to new test1. Okay, it is saying error, test1 cannot be resolved, right or not? It is saying test1 cannot be resolved. We need to import it. Okay, see, compulsory we need of it is in different class, guys, different package, but I don't want of this package. There is one class which is available in access modifiers, right? There is one class in access modifiers. Where is that access modifiers? Yeah, test1 class is there, right? I want of this class. I want max value of test1 class. I want to use here. Then I need of some compulsory, it is not able to identify in the outside of the package, right? Let's say even if I'm trying to import also, it is showing how many things, com.techno.flow control test1, but my class is available in different package where the declaration and access modifier package is there, my actual class, but that is not showing here, right? So that is the reason we can't see outside of that package if the class is not mentioned with public. Let's say try with public. Let's say add public. Okay, add public. Now control shift O, import. It is showing up how many now? 3. So our required package is showing now. Correct or not? So that is the one of the advantage of public. The meaning of public is if you are mentioning class as public, we can access that anywhere outside of the package. Anywhere we can access that class. Okay, that's what the first one. Now let's see what are all the modifiers that we can use for class level modifiers. If we are writing our own classes, we are writing our own classes, okay, we have to provide some information to the JVM. Who is executing our program? JVM. We need to give some instructions to the JVM. What type of instructions that we need to give, whether this class can be accessible from outside or not. Okay, to access this class from outside of the current class means we need to use public. Current package means fine. If you want to access out of that, then we anywhere you want to access, then we need to, whether these are all rules. The JVM will verify whether that class can be accessible outside of the package or not. Okay, and whether that class should allow the child class creation is possible or not. Okay, whether we should allow to create object of that class or not. All these are the rules we need to follow. If you want, then accordingly we need to give the access specifiers. These are the applicable access specifiers for the class level. Okay, till now we have discussed only public, right? Now if I am not using public means by default it is default. If nothing is there means if class level is nothing is there means then it is default, the meaning of that. Okay, if nothing is there means default. Next, that is one of the advantage. I'll see one by one. Okay, now if I'm giving default means only within the package, under this package only this class can, anyone can use it. Under this package there are two classes is there. If 100 class is there, under that 100 classes only, under this package only this class can be used. Out of this package no one can use it. Okay, that is the default. The purpose of default is if you want to restrict your class should be under package only should access, then you should mention that as the default. Okay, next, final. Next is final. What is the use of final? Now let's see. Final, abstract, strict FP. Three more is there. Now in the below I have given example. But for inner classes, do you have this is outer class. Okay, inside this class I can create of one more class A. Okay, this will call it as a inner class. This is outer class. Okay, this is outer class. So the below one is inner class. Whatever the class inside class, that will call it as a inner class. Okay. Now, for this inner class, what are all the access modifiers is allowed? Okay, along with the class level, there are some extra things is three: private, protected, static. These three also can be allowed. So these are outer class. Okay, this is also inner class. But for the inner class, there are some along with the outer class properties. Outer class access modifiers we can use of extra things: private, protected, static. So that means that for inner class, how many access modifiers are there? Total for inner classes, how many is applicable? 8. For this is for outer class. Okay. This is for outer class means this is the one. Okay. For the class inside class also we can write it. We can write class inside that this class will call it as a inner class. For the inner classes, we have along with for outer class 5 access modifiers is there. Okay, along with 5 we can add up extra 3 more for inner classes. Those are private, protected and static. So this 5 and this 3 total 8 can be applicable for inner classes. Okay. Now come down. So public means I have given example. If a class is declared as public, then we can access that class from anywhere. Okay. Now already this is one package. This is another package. If you want to access of this class in this class, compulsory unit should be public. Okay. That example I have given. Now if you can read this one. Okay. It is simple only the words. Next is default classes. If a class is declared as default, then we can access that class only within current package. Within current package. From outside package, we can't access. Okay. Now, so we can say this is called package level access. Okay. So from outside we can't access. Hence, default access is also known as default access is also known as package level access because only within the package only we can access the class. That is the reason we can call that as a package level access. Okay. This is the example I have given. You can practice it. Okay. Next, final modifier. The third one is final. Why? When we need final, for what all things the final is applicable. Final modifier is applicable for classes, methods, and variables. Okay. Now we'll see for classes. If you are making a class as final, if you are making a class as final, let's remove this. I'm making final. Class is final means then. So we can't extend this class. We can't extend. Extend means let's say class A extend of class A extend of test to 1. So extending means let's say without this. So inside this, how many one variable is there? Let's say I'm writing off one more void m1. There is one method I have written. Just assume I have written one method inside test one class. So if I'm extending this class, so this class is having this method. This no need. Okay, these are all. So this class contains now, this is inherited to the class A. Now class A contains M1 method, the meaning now. It is extending this class. Whatever the properties of test1 class, I am inheriting to class A. Okay. Now class M1 method is part of test1 and as well as that is there in M1 class A also. I am extending that. Okay. Now, if I am making class as final, then this extension is not possible. By this time, you might be clear. Okay. If you are making the class as final means we can't extend that class as to any other class. That is fixed. We can't modify the functionality of this class. Whatever that is they have given, we need to utilize that only. We can't modify that. The meaning of that. And whatever the methods that is under that, whatever the methods, one second guys. Hello. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, Now, if I'm making, even though class is final, under that class, whatever the method that is there, by default, all methods are final. All methods are, if the class itself is final means all methods under that class also final. Okay? By default. That's what, whatever the methods present has by default available to child. If it is not final means the class. Okay? If the parent class method is declared as final, then let's say if the class is final means all methods under the class final. Okay, if the class is not final, if a method is final, then I can't override the same method. I can't override the same method in subclass extend test one. I'm extending getting the same function in the subclass. This implementation, whatever they have done in the test one class, that is not suitable. I want to override that functionality. Then I'm overriding that functionality in the subclass. If the method is final, then that is not possible. Let's remove this and then see no error. If the method is name as final means, then we can't override that method in the subclass. Okay, the method is final means we can't override it. Okay, that's what the meaning of this. Okay, next, final class. If the class is declared as final, if the class is declared as final, we can't extend the functionality of that class. Okay, we can't create child class for that class. We can't create a child class for this class. Now let's say final. Okay, now see, it is we can't, it is a subclass. See, A cannot subclass, A cannot subclass the final class test, because the class test one is final class. We can't create subclass for the final classes. That is meaning, the meaning of that. Okay, so that the inheritance concept is not applicable for final classes. Okay, that's what this. Next, there is one inheritance concept in the OOPS concept that we will discuss more on that. Okay, if you want. Next, abstract. What is the next modifier? Abstract, right? Next modifier is abstract. Now, let's see what is mean by abstract. Abstract modifier is applicable for classes and methods only, okay, but not for variables. Okay, but not for variables. Now, first we'll see methods. First we'll see one method. Let's say I'm creating of one class. I created one class. So normally this is of implementation of one method. This is one method or not? This is one of the method in test one class. So I don't want to use body. The open bracket and closed bracket is there for the method means that is the implementation of the method, the meaning. Okay, open bracket and closed bracket is there means that is the implementation of the method. If I'm removed that one and added semicolon, added semicolon, that this is a method declaration. We are not provided any implementation. Implementation means body. Okay, then those methods compulsory. The methods which end with semicolon, those are abstract method. Compulsory. We need to add abstract. RACD, abstract. Compulsory we need of abstract. If the method itself is abstract means the class also must be abstract. Okay, a class is abstract class means it can contain of abstract methods or not. If any one abstract method is there in the class means compulsory we need to declare that class as abstract. What is mean by abstract method? A method without body, without body or without implementation. Okay, What is mean by implementation means this we are adding open bracket and close bracket. Then internally we will write off our code. Let's say system.out.println add public. If you know public, what is the use of public, right? Now public void m11 method. This if I are executing this method, the statement will execute, right? M1 M1 method. Now fully implemented method class is there. Method is fully implemented. A class can be declared as abstract method. Okay, class can be declared as abstract method even though it doesn't have any abstract methods. Even though it doesn't have any abstract methods. Okay. Now even without that also it will not give any error. Even with that also it will not give any error. Okay. But if you are making that class as abstract, then we can't create object for that class. We can't create object for that class. So how to create object of the test class one? Test one class. Let's say test one. uh, So test one class contains one method. If the class itself is making as abstract means we can't create object of this class. Let's say I'm creating of one more class. Go back class test two. Okay, create of main method. So if I want to create object of this class, how to create a normal object of class? Test1 t1 equal to new test1. Okay. So it will give error. It is giving of error. Cannot instantiate the type test1. The reason is the class is abstract. Let's say just to remove it and then try. The error is gone. Error is not there now. If I'm adding abstract, then we can't create object for that class. If you want to restrict the class for your class, then we can make that class as abstract. Okay. Now the class contains all implemented method. If I am adding of one method void m2, void m2 method. Okay, then this method doesn't have implementation, right or not? The body is not there, right? Now compulsory we need to make this method as abstract. Okay, or yeah, abstract. Then if the method is abstract means compulsory, if the class is not abstract means it will give error. If the, at least one abstract method is there means compulsory that class must be annotated with abstract keyword. Okay, if you are removing this, it will give error. See, there is one abstract method. See, the type test one must be abstract class to define abstract methods. It contains some abstract methods. Okay, compulsory we need to declare that as abstract class. Okay. Now, so even though we don't know about implementation, I don't know how to provide implementation for this method, then I can declare that method as abstract method. Whoever want that, whoever required this M2 method, they can provide implementation. Okay. Then in that case, we don't know how to provide implementation. We need to make that method as abstract. Okay. And still we can declare a method with the abstract modifier. That is, for abstract method only declaration is available. Only declaration. Only I am not providing any implementation. Only declare the method. Okay, but not implementation. Hence abstract method declaration should end with semicolon. This is normally normal method means this is the method. Open bracket and close bracket will come, right? If the those are removed means then this is abstract method. Abstract method must be end with semicolon. Okay, not with body. See, this is a public abstract void m1. This is valid abstract method. Okay, public abstract void open bracket and close bracket. This is invalid. Okay, this is invalid. Meaning of that. Okay, next. Child class. Child class is responsible to provide implementation for the parent class abstract method. This is one class. It contains of one abstract method. Who is responsible for this one? Whoever using this class, whoever using the test one class, they are responsible to provide implementation for abstract method M2. Now let's say go to test2 class. Okay. Now what we need to do is here extends test1. In this case it will give some error. We need to provide implementation. There is some abstract methods is available in the test1 class. Please provide implementation. That's what the error is giving. Okay, so then click on add unimplemented methods. Just click on that. It will generate the code. It will generate the code. Then whatever the code you want, you can write it. Okay, M2 method. M2 method. So then we can create of, if you want to call of the, if you want to call M2 method, then we need to create of test2 class, test2, t2 equal to new test2. Now t2 dot, what is the method? M2. Now run it. It's calling of M2 method. Output is showing. This is different error. Okay, leave it. Is it clear, right? Now, if there is any unimplemented methods or abstract methods is there, we can provide implementation for that unimplemented method through subclass, through child class. So compulsory, I am created separate class. This is separate class, abstract class test1. Okay, I am extending this class from another class, public class test2, extend of test1. Okay, then we need to provide implementation, the unimplemented methods present in test1 class. Otherwise, it will give error. It will not accept it. There is some unimplemented method is available in the test1 class. Please provide implementation for this method. Okay, that's what it is telling. Now let's go on see the document. See, child class is responsible to provide implementation for parent class abstract methods. Okay, now see, I have created of one public abstract class vehicle, right? Now abstract public int get number of wheels. There is one method is there. I don't know how to provide implementation. Okay. Now what we are doing? Someone is created some more class called car class, extending vehicle. Vehicle class contains there is a method called get number of wheels. How many number of wheels car contains? 4 wheels. I am providing implementation for a car class get number of wheels implementation. Okay, let's say I have created one more class car, sorry, class bus extends vehicle, extend vehicle. So in this case, what is the number of vehicles we can provide our own implementation for bus. Let's say class bike extends vehicle. Then what is the number of wheels? 2. Whoever required, they based on their requirement they can provide implementation. Okay, this is abstract method, this is fully implemented method, guys. Okay, now by declaring abstract method in the parent class, by declaring abstract method in the parent class, we can provide guidelines, we can provide guidelines to child class such that whichever the method is in the child, sorry, 1 second. So which method has to provide implement in the child class? Let's say out of in my class. So there is one implemented class, one implemented method. One is non-implemented method. So out of test1 class, how many methods are there? 2 methods, right? So out of that, which is provided implementation, which is not provided? One method is provided implementation. Other method is not provided. So who is responsible for abstract method to provide implementation? The child class is responsible. See here. Now if I am uncomment it, now no error. Right? Now my class itself contains only one fully implemented method. Then this method is not required. Then this is a separate method again in test2. Test2, it is a different method. This is not from test1. Okay. Next, abstract method never talks about implementation. Abstract methods never talks about implementation means this is the implementation, guys. Whatever the selected part are given. The abstract method never talks about implementation. Okay. Next, abstract class. Now we have discussed abstract method. Abstract for any class, if we are not allowed to create object, I have created. I don't have any abstract methods in the class. Okay, only one method is there that to have provided implementation. But for test one class, I don't want to allow to create object of my class. Then in that case also I can create a class as abstract. Okay, because the partial implementation such type of class we have to declare with abstract modifier, and instantiation is not possible for abstract classes. Instantiation means object creation. Creating object for the class will call it as instantiation. Okay. Now, in the below, class test created main method, vehicle is one abstract class. Correct or not? In the above, vehicle is one abstract class, and there is one abstract method is also there. If this is the case, then we can't create a object of the class. It will say the error is can't instantiate the type vehicle. This error you will get it. Okay, you will practice it. You will come to know that. Next, what is the difference between abstract class and abstract method? Okay, if a class contains at least one abstract method, difference I'm telling. If a class contains at least one abstract method, then compulsory we should declare class as abstract. Otherwise, error. Okay. Otherwise we'll get off error. The next point, if we are extending abstract class, if we are extending abstract class, then each and every abstract method of parent class, like if you are extending means in the above, yeah, this is one class, abstract class. So in the public class, car class is extending vehicle class. That means vehicle is the parent class. Vehicle is parent class. Now let's see the, where is that? Yeah. Yeah. If you are extending abstract class, then for each and every abstract method in the parent class, if it is there, if it is there, then we should provide implementation for that. We should provide implementation. Let's say, for example, this is one class, right? It contains of one implemented method, one abstract method. If I'm extending this class, test2 class is extending test1, right? Now, if I'm not providing implementation for that, it is giving error. It is not allowing. Test1 class contains one abstract method. That's what meaning of this one. Okay. Provide implementation, otherwise you'll get off. Otherwise, if this class also, if you don't want to provide implementation in this class, then this class also must be declared as abstract. BSTRE, abstract. Second class. Yeah. Now see, in this case, even though the test one is having one abstract method, it is not giving any error because this class also I made it as abstract. Okay. Now, if some other class is providing implementation, then class test3, okay, class test3 extends test2. Test2. Test2 also contains one unimplemented method, abstract method, right or not? That is inherited from test1 to test2. Okay, if we are not, if we are not provided implementation for that, it will give off error. At least we are providing implementation in test3, no error. At least we need to provide wherever you don't want, wherever you want to allow to create object for the class, that class must and should provide implementation for those methods. Okay. Now next one is yeah, this is a abstract class, This is of child class which extends of parent class. Okay. If you want, we need to provide. Otherwise, you need to make the class itself as abstract. Okay. That's what for today's class, guys. Maybe tomorrow we'll discuss about strict FP and other member variables on the other access modifiers. Okay. Is it fine? Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the today's class, guys. We'll meet tomorrow Monday again.